boy.
Today's video is brought to you by ProPlay Games. If you want to buy the latest singles or sets, look no further than ProPlayGames.com. And don't forget to keep up with our nationally renowned team by liking us on Facebook, following us on Instagram, and most importantly, subscribing to the ProPlay Games YouTube channel. Enjoy. Hey, what's up guys, it's Gage, and today I'm going to be talking about link summoning and how I think it is literally the best thing to happen in Yu-Gi-Oh! In a very, very long time. If you guys caught up with my channel recently, you might know I posted a video on card placement recently and how it's not really emphasized in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And yo, my dick gets rock hard when I talk about card placement. So to have something introduced into the game that implements something that makes my dick rock hard is fucking awesome. I'm gonna real quick and probably less than a minute try to go over exactly what linking is, link summoning, so I can get to the good stuff, and that's me talking about the shit. So new master rule in the game: extra deck monsters now do not belong in the main monster zone. There you start with one extra deck monster zone, and then if you summon a link monster there, the link monster will open up main monster zones to be able to be used for extra deck monsters. This is signified by all those arrow things on the side of the card, which slots are opened up to be able to be used for extra deck monster zones. You trace the arrow, and that's the zone that's opened up. This effectively slows down many combo decks that relied on their extra deck, namely that of maybe like a synchro kind of climbing deck, dark synchro. It also slows down the game in general. Even boards like Dagusto Emerald plus the Zodiac monster are now not achievable unless you're able to bring out a link monster, which in the end the combo requires one more card. I'll talk about that in a moment and why that's so awesome. If you guys still don't understand link summoning, I really don't know what to tell you. It's not that difficult of a mechanic. People make it harder than it seems to understand. If you can't get it by watching other people's videos, you just quit the game. But my conclusion with all of this is that this is literally one of the best things to happen in Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever. The introduction of this mechanic specifically. Because this mechanic, linking, barring the fact that it includes card placement, is now an integral part of the game, which I've already discussed makes my dick rock solid. Barring that, the thing that makes this mechanic so special as opposed to something like pendulum summoning or XYZ summoning is that it adds an entirely new layer of thought to the game as we know it. It does that, which I'll discuss in a moment, and it also slows down the game significantly, which is something that only took them, what, several billion years to do. I've not had a mechanic introduced that would take action to slow down the game as we know it. Pendulum summoning is crazy because you could pendulum summon 5 to the board. You can't do that anymore, but I'll discuss that Thursday. Very disappointing, man. I'm so sad. XYZ summoning was a much simpler synchro summoning type of thing, where now tuners didn't have to be a thing. Any deck could utilize XYZs. The game has just progressively gotten easier to summon more powerful monsters, and this is the first step they've taken to completely reverse that. The fact that now we have to invest resources to open up these slots to bring out those powerful monsters that have been introduced to the game for the last several years is phenomenal. And we now see the effect this is taking on the game by looking at a basic Zodiac combo, which would originally take 1 card, now takes 2 cards, and maybe it's just me, but an 100% addition on to card count to do the same exact combo is a huge difference. Now talking about that good stuff. Card placement in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you guys haven't watched my video about this prior, I talked about some cards introduced to the game that might add another level of competitive play to it, but to include this into a mechanic makes it an integral part of the game, and that's more than I could have ever asked for. Pendulum Summon didn't bother to give you another aspect to think about, worrying about your opponent's skills or whatever. XYZing, again, it's not something that was introduced that added this new level of thought to the game. Something that you just have to keep in the back of your mind to be able to be good at the game. And that's just another aspect of the game that's going to separate the bad from the good players. People that properly place their shit in zones. So get used to it. I'd like to speak more volumes on why this is great for the game, but I already talked about it in my card placement video on why it would be good to introduce such a mechanic, or the reintroduction of a mechanic into the game. So if you guys want to hear more about card placement in specific, please go watch the video. I'll link it in its in the Patreon spot. That'll show up later. In conclusion, the reason this mechanic is so damn good compared to the other mechanics we've had, which none of them has really flopped. Pendulum summoning was a huge success, as we've seen the nerfs just come in. I'm still... Why, Konami? But in conclusion, having this mechanic being the only mechanic ever introduced to the game to just include an entirely new level of thought of the game, and also just slowing down the game tremendously to a point where we can actually enjoy multiple turns in a game rather than one. I'm more than excited for the release of these cards.
That's all, folks.
If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like the video, thumbs up the video, however much rest you enjoyed the video. If you want to support the channel financially, Patreon link, told you it'd come back. It's going to be in its regular spot. New video tomorrow, that's the Yugi Ask. And yeah, new content regularly. That being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Nim signing out. Missed the clap. Fuck, I'm stupid.